Your eggs really don't start going bad till you about 37, 40.
What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be reacting to a video titled 30 Single with No Kids. Let's go ahead and get right into this video. Make sure you guys go ahead and show your support to the channel. Help us reach our goal of 20,000 subscribers by September. So here we go.
Girls, including myself, waste so much time and energy focused on having certain things like marriage and children by a certain age. And when you do that, and there's nothing wrong with goals, there's nothing wrong with saying what you want at a certain time in life, there's nothing wrong with it, but I feel like it can be very toxic if not done carefully and like for the right reasons. When I was younger, when I was 22, 21, and in college, I wanted to get married so bad. I wanted to have a family so bad to where I kind of feel like I missed my youth or my young 20s because I was graduating from school, I got a job, and now I'm like, well, now the next step is to have a husband and kids. So I was always in these relationships looking for my husband when I should have been focusing on what does Brittany really want for herself? Who are you?
You had 10 years to get it right. So, I mean, you can't put that on a relationship and say, I wasn't able to get to know myself because I was in a relationship. You know what I mean? It just sounds like she's just using a relationship as an escape to justify maybe why she doesn't know herself or perhaps why she wasted 10 years. But in reality, it just seems like she failed.
Interesting point. I was not, after you frame it in like you had 10 years to figure it out, obviously, yeah, because she's 30. So yeah, I think there's a bit of excuse.
Yeah,
here,
I mean, that's on you.
Which, you know, it's tough after looking back in your 20s being like, oh, like, I had all these failed relationships and things like that. So it's now you look up.
It's a relationship's fault that you don't know yourself.
There's always a common denominator, okay? Like there's always things you can do to improve yourself. That's the thing though. If you jump from relationship to relationship, not taking anything, not learning, having any learning outcomes from that last one to you know, better yourself for the next one and whatever, then of course it's not going to lead you anywhere because it's the same, you're the same person in all these relationships. You're not improving yourself. So yeah, or trying something different, right? So yeah, it's
possible she was attracting the same guy over and over and over. You know what I mean? Like, I could understand you have one or two failed relationships, but if you're just jumping into failed relationship after failed relationship, I mean, that's you. Like you said, you're the common denominator. So you got to really self-reflect and determine why are these relationships failing versus blaming the relationship on why you didn't get to know yourself.
Who I was and what I wanted. So I was in and out of these relationships. I was trying to find my husband and I didn't even know anything about me yet. So I spent like the beginning of my 20s searching for this thing. And the reason why I wanted it so bad is because I felt that having a husband and being married and having kids was like the ultimate form of happiness. Like once I possess this thing, once I have this husband, once I have these children, my life is just going to be full of joy and love, and I'm just going to be good because I've always wanted to be a wife and mother, and that's next. I graduated college and that's what's next. And what that did, like I kept saying, is it just brought the wrong people in my life.
When I hear that line, that like, I don't know why these guys keep coming, like, you know what I mean? You choose these people, okay? There's going to be the bad guys, right? That you may want to lean more towards, but there's always going to be good guys around you as well, but you decide to look past them because maybe they don't have like, they're not as like, I don't know, they don't have a six-pack or 6 feet tall or whatever, right? So it's really comes down to what you choose because the good guy is usually always in front of you. He's usually friend zoned.
I'm gonna be 30, no kids, no husband, and I'm super happy and comfortable with my life. Like your eggs really don't start going bad till you about 37, 40. I'm just kidding. People have babies older now, and so don't worry about that. Like when it's ready and it's your time.
It's more high risk when you're like in your later years of having like childbearing and stuff like that. Yeah. It's high risk.
But
it
that's
happens.
what I'm saying.
No, but that's okay. But this is what kind of annoys me when I hear this, because it's like the couple people that you hear, or the one person that had a kid at 40 or 50, then you think that's going to be you.
Right.
You don't have the same health situation as that person. You have no idea. So for you, it may not be that case, right? So, and you don't want to wait for that long, because at that age, when you're 40, it's very high risk. There's a higher likelihood of the baby not actually fully.
Well, yeah, there's just so many complications.
There's too many risks that come with it.
Yeah, the anomaly doesn't make the rule, right? The exception doesn't make the rule. So the fact that you're suggesting that women should be 40 and have children, I mean,
it's okay. You have time. Don't worry about it. You're good. You have in vitro or whatever the fertilization thing is. It's just don't
horrible.
Depend on that.
Horrible advice. Yeah. But let's continue.
And it's the right person, it will happen for you. So don't rush it or feel because you're a certain age that you should be doing this or you're a failure. No.
Focus on your career. Put your head down. Don't apply yourself, and God will drop a guy that's 6'4" in your lap. What are your thoughts on that?
No, but it just kills me, because it's you passed up on the right guys, right? A lot of the time is that you had really good options, you just decided not to take them. And it's keep waiting. It's how long are you gonna wait for?
Yeah.
And a lot of the times you shouldn't rely on this is why it's important when it comes to traditional type of relationships, when your family is involved, where they can help you vet these people out. If you keep waiting and you're not doing anything to improve yourself or put yourself in a better position to find a better mate, then it's you're going to be waiting for a long time. So you really have to try to actually actively fix if there's any traumas that you have, or if it's maybe go shopping, maybe do something to build up your confidence, whatever it may be. There are things you can always do to improve yourself. So
yeah, there's a misconception with this whole God thing that you can just, lay around and God is just gonna bless you because it sounds right. You have to do the work. You have to apply yourself 24/7, 365.
Yeah.
And then God will bless you, right? So a lot of these Christian woke type individuals, earthy individuals, they think that this is how religion works. Things are just going to happen. But unfortunately, that's not the case.
Well, okay, part of me, I'm not going to lie, timing does have a big part, not a big part, but it has a part to play in it. If your time is just to kind of develop yourself, give yourself a couple months, 2-3 months to just maybe work out, focus on yourself and whatever. Don't do long extended periods, years of just I'm focusing on me. Take some time, okay, that's fine. And maybe once you develop yourself, then after that, then all right, I'm ready to actively put myself out there, and you know what I mean, take steps towards the right direction.
At that time of my life, I would be divorced right now. I'm thinking about the people that I chose as my husband, or I wanted to choose, or the people that proposed to me back then. I would be divorced. I would probably have children, and my families would be split. I wouldn't have been able to have all the opportunities and go to New York for 2 years and have all these things and do all these things that I've always wanted to do if I would have had the life that I thought I wanted. Also, like I said before, it made me glimpse over I'm where did my younger 20s go? I blinked and I was 25. Just be mindful, enjoy your life.
Majority of people, right? If you're in the same city and you want a significant other and you want someone to build your life with, you can easily do that and still enjoy your life. If anything, it would make it better. So
it would improve your life.
Yeah. So if you choose the right person, there's the caveat there.
Enjoy your life. There's no need to rush. There's no need to do anything, that's not within its time. And when you let God work and you just focus on you and you be the best you can be, self-development, all of that, things will come to you, like I said, when it's time. So just
notice the dog in the background.
Oh my God. Oh, stop. Well, think about it though. She clearly is not focusing on family anymore. She's chosen a different route for herself. So yeah, I guess it makes sense to have pets as companionship.
AKA, you should have a man. I mean, but
she chose otherwise, is what I'm saying. So because she didn't want that, she doesn't want to just sit at home by herself. So she's like, okay, I'll get a pet. That's what happens, right?
Right. But
so if you want that, fine.
No, but what I'm saying is having a man or having a significant other would fill the void
I know.
of having a pet. So it seems like she wants the companionship, but she doesn't want the responsibility of a relationship.
This reminds me of there was another video that we did of the girl, she's like, my dog never yells at me or something. Like, it's like that, where it's like they'd rather have the pet because it just does everything that they want. It doesn't cause like too many problems.
Right.
It's like easier.
Don't drive yourself crazy with these timelines of having to have a husband and having to have babies. There is no right age. There is no perfect time. You want to be financially, mentally, and emotionally stable as much as you can. And until you experience things, and everybody experiences everything differently. So I'm not telling an 18-year-old that she can't want kids or get married at 8. I'm not telling anybody when to do things. I'm just saying take the pressure off of yourself to have something so bad. Like, if it's meant for you, it'll happen. Also, it takes time for others to mature, and then you're not the same person you were when you're in your youth and you're young. You're not the same person you're going to become later in life.
Honestly, in my eyes, I think there is a good time to get married and have kids, right? Like, there's a specific time frame that would be the most ideal, correct? So for her, she may not want to say it, but like, honestly, when you're in your mid to late 20s, that is the best time to have kids and build a family, right? So for her to say otherwise, it's like, like, come on, we all know about fertility, we all know about that, and like you have a better likelihood, right, of things going well in that area of fertility and like having kids in your mid to like in your 20s.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy without a husband, without children. I get to live my life. There's pros and cons to both, right? People with children want to be single, no children sometimes, and people with, that are single want all these things, but just be in the moment and be happy with what you have, and, work on yourself. Figure out the person that you want in your life, and the qualities, not just what they look like or what they have, but the qualities. And what qualities do you want them to bring out of you, and what qualities do you want to bring out of them? Oh, life just gets so much deeper.
All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and end this video. What are your final thoughts?
She had some good points at the end there, where it's like, look for like the characteristics of someone, right? And like who you want to see your life going, like the direction you want to see your life going and things like that. So that I think is good, but don't wait too long, okay? Like, life is just about balancing it out as best as you can, right? So if you are younger and you do ideally, like, if you want to be married and have kids at a certain age, that can happen. It's definitely a possibility if you're working towards it and you balance school and trying to meet new people and, trying, like, being in a relationship and seeing where that goes and stuff, and actively trying to be better.
If you're a modern woman watching this and you're okay not having kids, you're okay not getting married, then it's all good, right? It's all good. But for the women out there that are actually watching this, the 8% of them, and they're interested in getting married and having kids, you want to move with a sense of urgency, because that is going to put you in the best situation possible. And then, and only then, will God jump in and help you get to that next level, because he's going to see that you're applying yourself and you're putting in the work in and ultimately trying to change your outcome. Anyways, guys, we're going to go ahead and end this video. If you like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time.
Bye, guys.